Hi, I'm Joe Finn with Gramophone, and we are sitting in a Marantz booth with some very special product that is being announced here at CEDIA 2024. We're with Gary Dayton, Senior Product Marketing Manager for Marantz. Gary, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Oh, the pleasure's mine, Joe. Thanks so much for coming.
Well, thank you. And of course, myself being an old two-channel guy from way back, I always get excited about a two-channel product that is in a premium category. And I was not expecting to see these three products today. So maybe you can kind of take it from the top and explain what Marantz has done.
Yeah, I will be absolutely glad to. But first, let me lay a bit of groundwork, right? So Marantz, if you have noticed, over the last several years has been on a journey of transformation, you could say. We have an over 70-year reputation for producing very fine quality audio equipment that needs to be bolstered every year or every so often. That reputation includes not only great sound quality, but also incredible design, great choice of materials, and these are design aspects that are celebrated not only by audiophiles, but by people who just enjoy fine things. So starting with Model 30 and SACD30N that were released in 2020, our clientele will have noticed a pretty remarkable uplift in design. Model 10, SACD10, and Link 10N, the new 10 series reference collection, are the finest expressions of that new design language. Now, these are also the finest pieces of equipment we've ever built in terms of sound quality, in terms of materiality. They're really quite remarkable. So let's go through some of the details, perhaps starting with Model 10. Model 10 replaces the PM10 integrated amplifier that we released in 2016. It's been 8 years since we introduced new reference level two-channel equipment. Architecturally, Model 10 shares some similarities with PM10, but not much else. So the similarities are that both amps are dual monaural integrated amps that are purely analog, and that means no DAC, no HEOS built in. There is simply analog input and loudspeaker output. It's a purist piece. That's pretty much it. PM10 was introduced with Class D amplification. Now, at the time, there was a lot of audiophile pearl clutching around our choice of Class D for the product, but I think the performance proved itself well. We used Hypex in-core modules to great success in PM10. This time around, we embarked on a new design program. I think most of us are familiar with Purify Class D amplification out of Europe now. It's the best quality and most highly respected Class D module that one can buy. Other brands have built products quite successfully buying that Eigentakt module from Purify directly. We didn't want to just buy a module directly, so we engineered all new amplifier modules with Purify. We leveraged their expertise in switching. We leverage our expertise in amplifier design. So what we have built in are two amplifier modules, again, dual mono, that are the product of this joint development project. Very powerful. These amplifier modules produce 250 watts into 8 ohms, 500 watts into 4 ohms, and each module is powered by its own Marantz designed and built switch mode power supply. Pretty incredible. Now that's just on the first floor. The chassis is subdivided top to bottom. So on top, we have all of the preamp circuitry. The preamp is driven by a separate fully linear power supply that gets its power from a toroidal transformer. It's beautiful. You can take a look in the top and see for yourself how that power supply is laid out. And then directly behind it, you'll see all of the preamp functionality for Model 10. So the end result is the most powerful integrated amplifier Marantz has ever built, but more importantly, it's the highest performing. And that performance bears out not only on the test bench, but also in the listening room.
So essentially, this really is two monoblock amplifiers in one package.
That's right, yeah. It's truly dual mono joined only at the line cord.
Right. And you've really done a great job, of course, with the cosmetics. We've been loving the cosmetics of, the aesthetic appeal of this gentle backlighting that you've got on the most recent products that you've been introducing, and you carried that aesthetic through in this one.
Thank you so much for noticing the aesthetic. For Marantz, Great performance is table stakes. It's essential, but it's not sufficient. Our definition of greatness in a product includes incredible sound, beautiful design, incredible materiality, and joy of use. Not simply ease of use, but joy of use. So our ability to design this in a single package, yet maintain the audiophile heritage that is so essential to Marantz, feels really successful for us.
And with the capability of 500 watts aside into a 4-ohm load, even the most challenging speakers that we sell are going to be a fine match for this product.
Absolutely. And we can go beyond that as well. Marantz has a system called FCBS built into Model 10. With that FCBS, we can connect up to 4 Model 10s together in different power amplifier arrangements. So that could be dual mono mode, it could be bridge mode. So using FCBS is an interesting way to expand the sound quality capabilities of your system. One example would be a Model 10 per loudspeaker. And in that way, we could bi-amplify each loudspeaker. Another great example of how to use FCBS is in a home theater system, where we can use 3 Model 10s, perhaps left, center, right, and then use an amp 10 for your sides, surround, and ceiling speakers. So there's a great deal of flexibility built in, and if you need more power than that, I probably don't want to be in the listening room with you.
Well, that's fantastic, Gary. Maybe we can continue onto a couple of the companion pieces you have here.
Yeah, let's absolutely do that. So as I mentioned at the top, this is a 10 series collection.
Yes.
The second piece to be released in the collection is our SACD10. So this follows architecturally in the footsteps of the SA10, again, which we released in 2016. This is, in our opinion, the best sounding SACD CD player on the market. Like Model 10, it is truly balanced from input to output. Obviously, as the name suggests, it plays SACD and CD, but the DAC that's built in is one of our own design. This uses a system called Marantz Musical Mastering. Instead of buying DACs off the shelf from familiar and good manufacturers like ESS or AKM, we use a DSP that we have custom programmed to oversample all incoming audio and then process the conversion to analog in a way that we find that sounds remarkable, by any measure. Now, we first introduced Marantz Musical Mastering with the NA11 over a decade ago. Subsequently, we've made a number of small improvements that all add up to a big performance difference at the end of the day. We don't want to limit DAC access to just disc players. So there are DAC inputs on the back. You can connect your favorite music server or other digital source through optical, digital coax, or of course, asynchronous USB as well.
Perfect. And again, the same design aesthetic, which is wonderful. These will be available in black only or black in the champagne?
No, following a tradition in Marantz, they are available in 2 colors. We've got this very elegant Marantz black, but the fitting of the reference quality of the line, they are also available in Marantz champagne.
And we have a third companion product.
Oh, the third companion product is perhaps the most exciting one for me. This is the Link 10N. Now, taking a look at Link 10N, you would be forgiven if you assumed it was just a really high quality reference network audio player, and it is. However, we've built in so much more. Our industry doesn't need another music server. We don't need another network player. We find that just as many customers who would use a network player as a source for something like Model 10 would also like to use it as a fully functional preamp and digital front end. So we've built that capability into Link 10N.
Okay.
So the digital playback is complements of our Helios system, which has expanded in capability dramatically over the last couple of years. Now we support Tidal High Res, we have Tidal Connect built in. By the time Link 10N comes out, we will also support Roon Ready on this, which is very valuable to those of us that appreciate that platform. You can play almost any digital music that you can get your hands on, DSD or PCM, through Link 10N. Now we take that digital audio signal out and process it through our Marantz Musical Mastering system in Link 10N, and then we do the conversion to balanced or single-ended analog out. Now this has a fully functional analog preamp built in as well. Now when I say that, I want to be clear that it includes not only analog volume control, but also analog inputs and outputs, both balanced and single-ended. So what that means is you can connect your analog components to Link 10N, just like you can connect your digital components. And you can do that without any conversion to digital, including phono. We also have our premium reference phono stage built in. So that's compatible with moving magnet cartridges as well as moving coil. And there's an impedance switch that makes it compatible with low, medium, and high output moving coil cartridges.
So somebody with a good 2-channel system now, who maybe it's time for an upgrade to more modern streaming and so forth, really could keep their power amp, add this, and they have a completed package at that point.
Joe, that's exactly the intent. We know that a really great high quality amplifier is a long-term investment. We ask our customers to hold on to that amplifier for quite some time. An upgrade to the front end can not only make dramatic improvements in sound quality, but it can also improve ease of use. So our imagination is that a customer perhaps with some vintage Marantz MA9s or some other great power amplifier could have a remarkable upgrade by adding a Link 10N to the front of their system. Link 10N can output variable audio functioning as a preamp, but for those clients with a great integrated amp or a preamp they love, we can also output fixed analog out.
That's fantastic. Gary, I did not anticipate these products either. The Model 10 collection from Marantz is, I think, a welcome surprise. I'm looking forward to learning more about it and the information that you'll be releasing. The last thing I want to leave our listeners with, our viewers with, is what about availability? These products will be available when?
Very shortly, in fact. Model 10 was announced last Thursday. It will be on the shelves within the next couple of weeks. SACD10 is a fast follow that is available by the 1st of October, and Link 10N is a welcome addition to the line by mid-November.
That sounds awesome. Gary, thank you so much for spending some time with us today, and thanks to you, all of our viewers, for spending some time on what really is the Marantz Model 10 collection. All 3 pieces are fascinating, each in their own right. I'm excited to learn more about them. For more information, go to gramophone.com. And if you don't mind, go ahead and like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. That helps us out a lot. We look forward to seeing you again in our next video.